History has witnessed countless civilizations that, with their advancements and falls, have left indelible marks on the memory of time. Among these historical giants, a name shines with particular brilliance: Babylon. Few cities have captured the imagination and admiration as Babylon has. Emerging from the fertile plains of Mesopotamia, this metropolis became the epicenter of culture, power, and innovation in the ancient Near East. Founded around the 3rd millennium before Christ, Babylon, whose name in Akkadian, Babili or Babylon, means Gate of the Gods, stands as a testament to human ingenuity and aspiration. Geographically privileged, Babylon was located near the Euphrates River, in present-day Iraq. This strategic position not only provided vital water resources for agriculture and trade but also placed it at a crossroads of cultures and peoples. Over time, Babylon transformed into a melting pot of civilizations, absorbing and reshaping cultural influences from Sumerians, Akkadians, and Amorites. The significance of Babylon in ancient history cannot be understated. As detailed in Paul Krywaksek's work, Babylon, Mesopotamia and the Birth of Civilization, the city was not only a political and economic center but also a beacon of knowledge and wisdom. Here, ancient scribes recorded feats, laws, and tales on clay tablets, preserving a legacy that continues to fascinate historians and archaeologists. Join us on a journey through time, where we will discover the Babylonian greatness and how it differed from its Mesopotamian contemporaries. In which we will explore the rise, glory, and eventual decline of Babylon during the period of the Old Babylonian Empire, an era defined by legendary figures, monumental conquests, and enduring legacies. We will delve into the life of one of its most emblematic rulers, Hammurabi, and how under his rule, Babylon not only expanded its borders but also established one of the first and most influential legal codes in history. Thus, with the scene now set, we embark on the story of one of the most fascinating and fundamental civilizations of antiquity, whose echo resonates to this day. The origin of Babylon dates back to 2400 BC, although the city gained prominence much later. Originally, Babylon was a small city-state among many others in the Mesopotamian region, an area that saw the emergence of some of the world's earliest civilizations due to its fertile alluvial soil and strategic location. The earliest records of Babylon date from the reign of Sargon of Akkad, who mentioned it as an important city in his inscriptions. However, during these early centuries, Babylon was just one of many cities in Mesopotamia, not significantly different from its neighbors. The city's first inhabitants were Amorite Semitic peoples, who coexisted with the Sumerians. Situated at a strategic commercial crossroads between Sumer, Akkad, and Elam, Babylon became an important economic and cultural exchange center from its inception. Between the 22nd and 21st centuries BC, Babylon was under the dominion of the Akkadian Empire, founded by Sargon I. The Akkadian kings beautified the city with temples and canals. Nevertheless, after the fall of the Akkadians, Babylon fell under the hegemony of the city-state of Ur around 2100 BC. After a brief period under Ur's control, Babylon re-emerged as a significant independent kingdom. Its first great monarch was Sumuabum around 1894 BC, who expanded the Babylonian territory. He was followed by several semi-legendary dynasties like the First Dynasty of Kish, until the city was conquered by the Akkadian king Rimush around 1740 BC. Under the Akkadian Empire founded by Rimush, Babylon gained importance as a significant political, cultural, and economic center. However, the Akkadian hegemony suffered a severe blow with the invasion of the Gutians from the Zagros Mountains, who controlled the city for nearly a century until being expelled by King Utuhegel of Uruk around 2120 BC. During this initial period, the social structure of Babylon was typical of Mesopotamian city-states, with a ruling class composed of priests and nobles, while merchants, artisans, and farmers formed the middle stratum, and slaves, generally captured in wars or indebted, occupied the lowest level. This time also marked the beginning of the development of important characteristics of Babylonian civilization, such as its cuneiform writing, which became one of the world's first writing systems. Additionally, The Babylonians began to compile laws and build significant infrastructures, like irrigation systems for agriculture, laying the groundwork for the city's later flourishing. Although at this stage, Babylon had not yet achieved the power and influence for which it would later be known, the foundations of its culture, economy, and social structure were being established, setting the stage for its eventual rise as one of the most important cities of antiquity. After centuries of foreign dominance, Babylon's independence was re-established with the rise of the First Babylonian dynasty, founded by King Sennacherib around 1894 BC. This period marks the beginning of Babylon's Golden Age. The sixth king of this dynasty was the renowned monarch Hammurabi, 1792 to 1750 BC, who expanded the kingdom and made Babylon the capital of a vast Mesopotamian empire. Hammurabi is most remembered for enacting one of the earliest legal codes in human history. Inscribed on stone, the Code of Hammurabi established laws regulating all aspects of society. During this dynasty, Babylon was adorned with numerous temples and canals. The city became a prominent literary center, hosting schools for scribes where advanced Mesopotamian cuneiform writing was taught on clay tablets. Expansion and consolidation of the empire. The era of expansion under Hammurabi marked a turning point in Babylon's history, transforming it from a city-state into a formidable empire. This phase of growth and consolidation was crucial in establishing Babylon as a dominant power in Mesopotamia. Hammurabi, with his military acumen, conducted a series of campaigns that significantly expanded Babylon's borders. These conquests included not only the subjugation of rival city-states, but also the pacification of rebellious regions and the integration of various peoples under his rule. This period of expansion is detailed by Mario Livrani in The Ancient Near East, History, Society and Economy, highlighting how Hammurabi's victories secured key resources and strategic trade routes for the empire. Babylon's territorial growth led to an economic boom. Control over new lands meant access to a wider variety of resources, from raw materials to agricultural products. Furthermore, the expansion enabled Babylon to establish a broader trade network, exchanging goods with regions as far away as Egypt and the Indus Valley. Hammurabi's ability to manage this complex economy is a testament to his shrewdness and foresight. Hammurabi's Babylon underwent an architectural and urban transformation. Large construction projects were undertaken, including the expansion of temples, the building of defensive walls, and the creation of majestic palaces. These structures were not only symbols of Babylon's power and wealth but also centers of social, economic, and religious activity. The impressive architectural works of this era reflect the pinnacle of Mesopotamian art and engineering. This period of expansion and consolidation was fundamental in cementing Babylon's position as a center of power, culture, and commerce in the ancient Near East. Under Hammurabi's leadership, the empire not only grew in size and power but also laid the foundations for an era of prosperity and cultural influence that would resonate through the centuries. During the zenith of the Old Babylonian Empire, Babylon was not only distinguished by its military conquests and political power but also by its rich cultural and social life. This period witnessed a vibrant and complex society where tradition intertwined with innovation. Babylonian society was stratified yet dynamic. The elite consisted of royalty, high officials, and priests. However, the majority of the population included merchants, artisans, farmers, and laborers. Slaves, though present, did not constitute a large part of the population. Everyday life in Babylon was diverse, with bustling markets, artisan workshops, and agricultural fields. Jean Bottero in Everyday Life in Ancient Mesopotamia provides a detailed insight into these dynamics, highlighting how daily life in Babylon reflected both ancestral traditions and cultural influences from conquered peoples. Religion played a central role in Babylonian life. The gods were considered protectors of the city and patrons of its activities. Every activity, from agriculture to warfare, had a divine aspect. Imposing temples and ziggurats dominated the urban landscape, serving as centers for worship and community activity. The Babylonian pantheon was vast, with Marduk, the patron god of Babylon, holding a prominent place, especially under Hammurabi's reign. Art and literature. The Old Babylonian Empire was an era of artistic and literary flourishing. Cuneiform writing, used for everything from government administration to poetry, reached new heights of sophistication. Babylonian literature included epic works, religious hymns, and scholarly texts. In art, the Babylonians displayed great skill in pottery, sculpture, and stone relief, with motifs often reflecting religious or royal themes. Thus, Babylonian culture during the Old Babylonian Empire was a rich and diverse tapestry woven with threads of tradition, innovation, and a deep sense of the divine. This complex mix of cultural and social elements not only enriched life within its own borders but also left a lasting legacy that would influence subsequent civilizations in the Near East and beyond. Following the splendor of Hammurabi's reign, the Old Babylonian Empire faced a period of challenges and turmoil that ultimately led to its downfall. This period of decline was marked by a series of internal and external factors that destabilized the once powerful empire. Post-Hammurabi internal problems. After the death of Hammurabi in 1750 BC, Babylon experienced a decline in political and economic stability. Hammurabi's successors failed to maintain cohesion and effective control over the vast conquered territories, leading to a gradual weakening of central power. This era was characterized by internal rivalries, rebellions, and a decline in administrative effectiveness. Mark van de Meijeroops, A History of the Ancient Near East, 3000 to 323 BC, provides a detailed view of these internal challenges and how they contributed to the empire's gradual decline. Babylon's internal decline coincided with the emergence of new powers in the region. The Hittites, emerging from Anatolia, and the Kassites, a people from the east, began to pressure the empire's borders. In 1595 BC, the Hittites, under King Mursilai, sacked the city of Babylon, marking a dramatic turning point in the empire's history. This event not only demonstrated Babylon's military vulnerability, but also symbolized the end of its regional dominance. Subsequently, the Kassites took advantage of the power vacuum, establishing themselves as the new dominant force in the region. The Hittite invasion and the rise of the Kassites marked the end of the Old Babylonian Empire. Although Babylon continued to exist as a significant political and cultural entity, it no longer wielded the power and influence of Hammurabi's era. The transition to Kassite rule opened a new chapter in Babylon's history, one in which the city would maintain its cultural and religious importance, but under a new political context. This period of decline and fall of the Old Babylonian Empire illustrates how internal and external dynamics can intertwine to challenge and even dismantle an empire. Although the era of Hammurabi's glory had passed, Babylon's legacy, its cultural, legal, and administrative innovations, would continue to influence civilizations in the Near East and beyond. The end of the Old Babylonian Empire was not just the closure of a chapter in Babylon's history, but also the prelude to future transformations in the tapestry of Mesopotamian history. In concluding this journey through time and history, Babylon stands not merely as a chapter in the annals of antiquity, but as a perpetual source of wonder and lessons for humanity. The saga of Babylon, from its glorious rise under Hammurabi to its eventual decline and fall, is a testament to the resilience, innovation, and enduring influence of a civilization that defied the sands of time. At its peak, Babylon was a melting pot of cultures, a center of power, and a pioneer in the fields of law, administration, and the arts. Its legacy, encapsulated in the Code of Hammurabi, its magnificent structures, and its rich literary and artistic culture, continues to inform and enrich our understanding of human history. Babylonian influence extended far beyond its physical borders, permeating and shaping the development of subsequent civilizations. The story of Babylon teaches us about the impermanence of power and the constant evolution of societies. It reminds us that even the grandest empires can fall, but their spirit and achievements can survive through the centuries. The contemporary fascination with Babylon, fueled by archaeological discoveries and cultural portrayals, is a clear indication that its story continues to resonate today. In a modern world where cultures continue to interact and evolve, Babylon remains a symbol of human capacity for greatness, as well as a reminder of our collective responsibility to learn from history. Through its rise and fall, Babylon teaches us about the importance of leadership, justice, innovation, and above all, adaptability in the face of change. In conclusion, Babylon is not just an ancient city lost in history, it is a mirror in which we can view our own civilizations, learning and drawing wisdom from its triumphs and tragedies. The story of Babylon is a story that belongs to all of humanity, a narrative of what we are capable of achieving and the challenges we must overcome. Thus, Babylon, in its splendor and in its downfall, continues to be eternal in humanity's memory, a beacon of knowledge and a reminder of our shared past.